Hi, this is Jason SaldaJeno, artist of Upper Deck's Marvel Sketch Red Sets, and you are listening to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast.
Hello everybody, my name is Ian Taylor and welcome to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast, brought to you by the Marvel Cards Fan Collective, an awesome community of card collectors and creators. You can find our two groups on Facebook, details of which are at the end of this very podcast, so come check us out. With me as always is my co-pilot in all things Marvel cards. I buy the same Mr. Whippy 99, but now I've got just as much problems and a flake ain't one. Neither is my good buddy, it's Norrin Rad.
Hey, good buddy.
You've got no idea what I'm talking about.
I have no idea what you're
You
talking
have no
about.
idea.
Nothing.
No, well done for you.
I was going to pretend, but I just got nothing.
Okay, so have you ever heard of a 99 flake?
Yeah, no, of course not, man.
Okay.
What is that?
It's a very British thing. So have you ever heard of a Cadbury's flake, which is a chocolate?
Wow, you are batting 100 today. No,
Okay,
I have not heard that either.
So what I've got on my screen right now is a
What the
99
F
flake.
is that?
So what it is, so for those who don't know, which is
That
pretty much,
looks like a turd stuck in ice cream.
it's
That
a
is the
Mr. Whippy
weirdest.
ice cream. So it's a vanilla soft ice cream that gets. So basically, you go to an ice cream van, okay, at the British seaside or wherever the ice cream van may happen to be parked up in the UK, and you ask for a Mr. Whippy. And what it is, it's kind of a they pull a tap and it comes out like a soft mousse kind of ice cream.
But like most ice creams.
Yeah, no, because a lot of ice creams are scooped out of harder.
Well, soft served. So like
Yeah,
you go to
this is
McDonald's
soft,
around here, you can get some soft served.
Yes, I guess
stuff like-
that's the nearest
Yes,
equivalent
like
that everyone would know about.
vending
But this-
machine ice cream scenario slurpy thingy.
So this, Mr. Whippy, it's done in a cone, and then they'll ask you if you want that to be a 99. And it's what they do is they get a Cadbury's flake, which is like a crumbly chocolate. It's milk chocolate, so it's Cadbury's milk chocolate, but it's kind of a crumbly kind of thing, and they just stick it in the ice cream, and that's a 99 flake, or Mr. Whippy 99, and it's a very, very, very British thing. Look how happy those kids are.
They're being kidnapped in an ice cream truck, man. What do they know? Where's the context? You know what I mean?
Brace yourself. There was a man lived around the road from me. He was found on the floor of his ice cream van, covered in hundreds and thousands in Cadbury's flakes. Police later said that he topped himself.
You do know it's 9 a.m. for me, right?
Well, yeah, all right, okay. Listen, when I was in my 20s, 9 a.m, you'd just be getting home.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, that's when I was a young man. But no, it's a proper thing. Look, there's like 99 Flake remixes of Mika songs. It's a proper thing. It's a big.
Is there a cure or like?
Well, I don't know, but I went with 99 because this is our 99th episode.
Yes, it is.
So next week, people will be hearing episode 100.
They're gonna flip out.
I hope so.
I think so. I mean, how could you not?
so.
I mean,
Yeah.
like it's a big deal. It's pretty cool.
And let me tell you, we got some good stuff planned for after that as well. I'll tell you what it is later. But no,
Okay.
we got some good stuff. I've just had confirmation from an artist this morning. I'm not going to say on it. You know what? I'm going to tell you, and we're going to bleep it out.
Oh wow.
Yes, it's just.
Yeah.
So I'm just speaking to that artist, and that will all be bleeped. And
Bleeped.
then who else? I'm talking to, and I'll bleep this again. Episode.
That'd be great.
So we're
That'd
just
be
trying to hook that up. And yeah, so and other gorgeous stuff, but no one will know any of that until it actually happens.
Yeah, but pretty exciting.
I know. And people will have heard the gorgeous interview we did with Bella Rashton by now.
Yes.
And she was lovely. We like Bella.
Bella was very sweet. She was great, man. Super cool.
I've had the best.
Great office space.
I know. I've had the best time pulling together images for that episode.
Oh man, just killer.
I mean, her
Has a
work-
great eye, good design, very cool.
yeah. I mean, I'm going to name check them now because I want to. I had who did I speak to? Stephen Vargas rather.
Oh yeah.
Good afternoon, Stephen, and Sierra Freeman Burdett, I think is Jonathan Burdett's wife, I want to say, in the group, had both received commissions previously from Bella. So they put pictures of it on group. So if you look at the tasting notes for last week's episode, you will see some examples of APs that she sent to people and how they're presented and packaged.
Oh, nice.
So I think I really wanted to name check those people and thank them for letting me use their images. Also, who else? Daniel Rubin has let me include some images of.
Oh, that's cool.
He's had done. So I just thought it'd be really cool to throw those on the tasting notes.
All three of those collectors got some amazing pieces too. So
absolutely.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. So what are we going to talk about this week, dear? What are we going to talk about? What did you do yesterday? Tell me what you did yesterday.
Oh man. So this was somebody who I've spoken to who's in the group, who's a major Marvel fan, has been in the hobby for a very long time. Hit me up as like, hey, I'm going to this convention thing. Anything you want me to look out for you? And I realized I was like, oh wait, he's in North Carolina, same state I'm in, and only an hour and a half away.
Mm-hmm.
No, was an hour and like 45 minutes, whatever. And he asked me, and I was like, how about instead I come with you and we go look at some stuff? So I essentially invited myself, the poor guy. And he was like, yeah, sure. Come on down if you want. No big deal. We'll have lunch. We'll do a thing. I was like, okay, cool. So I ran over there the next morning, kind of an impromptu thing. When I had other things had planned, but I was like, I'm not going to pass up like hanging out with a collector from the group and like going to a card show. Why not? Let's go try it out. Went over there. He showed me his home.
Oh, wow.
I am still in awe of the things that I have seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, amazing pieces, truly next level, beautiful pieces. And then we got in the car. We went to the card show in this very terrible rinky-dinky hotel, like most card shows are over here in America, either in a hotel or under a big tent. And we walked around. And we are like scoping things out. We're looking through the sports stuff. Everyone's sports heavy. There's no Marvel. We're seeing Pokemon, people who have like ran into Targets to like scalp ETBs, trainer boxes. You could see them all hiding on their tables. And we're running around and we're just looking, we're talking. We're having a blast, sharing stories, sharing parts of our collections, that kind of stuff. And then we come across the one shoebox of Marvel cards. And luckily it had stuff from the 90s all the way to like Marvel Ages. So we were able to like look through it. We thought it was going to be like $3 a card or $4 for something crazy, like cheap. And we're seeing really good pieces. Of course, he spots a silver X over. That I'm devastated that I missed out on. And
Clear Ultra X-Men 94, yeah?
Yeah, that's right, baby. And then I spotted this guy.
Oh, it's a Flavorful.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
Which is a major short print.
Yeah.
So I spotted this. And then I also spotted something else. I don't know if you have one. I'm going to go for the set, but if I get a double, it's yours. But I found this. The Marvel Ages Decade Spider-Man.
I don't think I have that one. I've got very few. I've got about 8 of them.
I got the 2010 here.
Yeah, the 1960
and then
Spider-Man goes for a big buy.
I found this guy, Base Mando.
Oh, nice.
Which was pretty nice.
Oh, must.
And then
Oh, Black Cat Decades 1970s from Marvel Ages. That's beautiful.
Great looking piece.
It is amazing.
But these cards really look great in person.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk more about in today's episode, but wanted to show you that because you were there in spirit. And I got these 4 cards or whatever. Got these 4 guys for $35.
Oh, shut up. Oh, that's really
I know.
Yeah.
I thought so. And then he got a great deal as well.
Wow.
So I think he got all of his cards for like $15. And Silver X over as well over that. So we cleaned house with the one box that was there. I should have bought an Ages box there just so we could have something open up at his place and stuff. And I gave him some free things or whatever, but he was just super sweet. His wife was lovely. So just had a nice convo. So we'll probably be doing it again, but it's just, last minute really type of thing. It was really cool.
I would kill to meet anyone from Go. I mean, seriously, it's such a, it's a crazy lonely thing being a hobbyist in the UK. It really is.
I mean, it's bad.
I know it's tricky at the best times, but at least, you guys can kind of do that thing and meet up, and, there are a lot of members in the US, and go to shows because, it's just, we wouldn't have, that thing here. Can I read you his? We're not going to name this young man, but I'm just going to read you his version of it that he posted on the group earlier on. It
Go
makes
for
me
it.
laugh the way he phrased it. Had the pleasure of meeting Norrin Rad in person and hitting a local sports card show with hopes of finding some non-sport cards. This is the bit that made me laugh. Mr. Rad. Mr. Rad.
Mr. Rad. That guy's a trip.
It reminds me of Mr. Ed. Anyway, Mr. Rad had his spidey sense turned on and found the only dealer with comic-based cards. Now, I can imagine you doing that. You're going into the room going, it's this way.
I put my finger in my mouth and whipped it out. I was like,
yeah,
due south. Let's go.
But you are like that, though. The seller had 2 or 3 white storage boxes that had a mix of Marvel, Pokemon, Magic, etc. The surprise was the cards were from about 1994 to 2020. I'm sure I can speak for Norrin when I say the only thing I didn't like is that nothing was priced. I'm no fan. Okay, I want these. What are you going to charge me? Yeah, I'm not keen. Stuff that isn't priced, I just usually walk past.
No, one box had like the deal on it, like $3 each for 3 or something crazy, something really nice. That was just because I thought they were like basically dollar boxes, which is usually what you get in those kind of situations, So then when he was like, well, that's really rare. And I was like, oh, come on, man. But,
turns out he was reasonable and we both walked away with a few cool cards. You certainly did. I had an absolute blast spending a few hours with our moderator, and we're making plans for our next card hunt. I came away with these 4, and yes, that's a silver crossover. And he got a Hydra patch from Marvel Annual 2016, a lovely web foil tombstone from Clear Ultra Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a Magneto hologram for
That's the 92 X-Men.
Yeah. And the silver crossover, Inferno. It's brilliant. Well, hats off to you both. That sounded like a really fun day out.
It was what made it fun was the collector, and kind of like, what we do in this podcast, what we do in the groups, man. Like, it's such a small hobby. It's not like you can go to a card show and like usually find any Marvel cards, but things are changing. We found one box and it had like, some pretty big finds for like Marvel card collectors, like a Silver X over, some like short print cards. I mean, it was really fun to look through them too, man. They were all in top loaders. You know what I mean? They weren't like penny sleeved and like shoved in a box. So people are taking care of them. Things are changing. Good. It's not drastic, but it's something for sure.
All the times they are changing. That's the one and only time I'm going to channel Bob Dylan.
It was amazing. I saw him spiritually above your head just now.
Did you?
I did.
Did he die and no one told me? Getting on a bit.
It was astral projection.
It was probably was. Oh, astral projection. Speaking of which, I can't show it to you at the moment because it is around the corner, but I've got a rather nice Doctor Strange issue 175 from November 1968.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm getting really into picking up just that Doctor Strange run from because Strange Tales got renamed rather to Doctor Strange with issue 169. So the kind of the Doctor Strange's first appearance is in Strange Tales. I can't remember the issue. Donald would know this, and Donald's probably shouting whatever he's listening to us through right now, going, "It's this." Anyway, but then the other major key is the first Doctor Strange solo issue was Origin Retold, Strange Tales, but it's actually called Doctor Strange 169. So it's not like I missed issues 101 to 168.
Right.
That was his first solo, which was bizarre that they did that anyway. And then there's a run of Doctor Strange that goes issues 169 to 183, and then it stopped. And then he started his volume 2, which was his first solo title in 1974, I want to say, a couple of years later. So that little run of like 14 issues is going to go up in price when the new Doctor Strange movie comes out. And I've just been buying some I don't care. They don't
Multiverse of Madness in the Multiverse, something like that.
Multiverse of Madness, yeah.
Loki comes out June.
No, it's this Friday, I think. I think it's
this Wednesday.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah, I think it's... Okay, yeah, Wednesday. I'm going to nod. For some reason, I had it in my head it was Fridays.
Because they changed it. So they changed it because
it used to be.
They did like a little promo Loki mischief type of thing. I think.
Okay, all right.
And changed it to Wednesday.
Apparently, I saw something on Twitter this morning. I mean, there was quite a lot on Twitter this morning, but the thing I saw on Twitter this morning was that the show creator has said there's going to be loads of MCU cameos in it.
Oh, cool.
So I'm like, wow. But no, I think it was actually Marvel Universe cameos. So it could be characters that have never appeared in the MCU.
That'd be crazy.
So yeah, I'm curious because I know he mentions Heimdall or Elmdale or whatever he's called in that first trailer. He verbally speaks about him. So I'm wondering if Idris Elba is going to show up.
That'd be awesome. He's so great, man. I love that character.
So yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be absolutely bonkers. But of course, at the end of WandaVision, did you see WandaVision?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, everyone was speculating that Cumberbatch was going to show up in the final episode.
Yeah, that's right.
Apparently, it was all written and scripted, and then they decided not to, and Cumberbatch was all up for it because he was shooting Multiverse of Madness at the time, so they just started filming that. So,
interesting.
But they decided not to because they wanted it all to focus on her.
Yeah, smart.
So yeah, can't wait.
That's really cool. I'm excited to see like people drop in and out and things to pop in. I mean, that was kind of like the best thing about like the animated series when we were kids.
Yeah,
was that you'd have superheroes. Yeah. And the comics, of course. Yeah. But like you'd have superheroes dropping into different titles and making appearances. Yeah, for sure.
And Thor 4, which is difficult to say, has just finished filming, and Taika Waititi put a picture out of him and Chris Hemsworth on the last day of set.
I saw that.
Let's have an honorable mention for Chris Hemsworth's arms.
That guy looked like he had the Thor. It was like Thor's head on Thanos's body. It was that massive.
Yeah. And I'm like, wow. Because the thing is, Hemsworth keeps himself in really good shape anyway, because he's Australian. Aussies are super fit generally. But yeah. And I was like, wow, okay. But I'm really looking forward to that because I've got a lot of time.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It's like
Jane Foster, baby.
Oh, yes, that's right. Natalie Portman. Okay, well, yes. And on this week's episode of MCU Focus, so you're chasing Marvel ages decades.
I'm thinking about it. I'm working.
Really I subset.
I started it. I'm a little. I opened up a box of ages.
Yeah.
I was majorly disappointed in the hits. It wasn't a great box whatsoever. So I was a little taken back by that, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. I think the rarest thing I got was the Storm word cloud, which is really great, and a 1970s decade, which was fun.
Oh, okay.
But no lenticlers, no fennel, the lighthouse inserts, no flavorful. It was pretty slim pickings in there in terms of what came up. So that was a little hard because I thought I could turn a box into like getting at least a good chunk of that subset for decades. But seeing the decades cards in person and the flavorful cards in person and the word cloud ones, I think have also a foil to them. It's just a really nice design all the way through the cards that are just really clean. I think it's a good move in the right direction design wise. I think it's really neat, really cool looking.
It is. I just don't like the way they've as we spoke about on the Ages review episode, I just didn't like the way they've made the checklist of those, so that you've got like card number 1 is regular, card number 2 is regular, then all of a sudden you've got an SSP, then you've got an SP.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
It's just like
mixed in there.
Yeah, it's just like, it just makes it. Yeah, it's just frustrating. If you're going to kind of set build, but you want to kind of stop at a certain level, which is why masterpieces work so well. You can stop. If you don't want to spend the money, you can stop at tier 2 if you want. Most people go do tiers 1 to 3.
Yeah, you don't have to have visible empty spots in your 9-page.
Have, like, a numbering that would be like broken and things like that. It's just one of those things. I just found it. But other people kind of dig it. So it's just my kind of take on it. I wanted to quickly talk about EPAC releases. I'm slightly intrigued by how the pricing has changed over the last few releases on EPAC. And I'm kind of thinking that, and to be fair, why wouldn't you? That I'm thinking that, Upper Deck is saying, okay, there's a card boom going on. People are going crazy. People are spending anything on everything. Let's put our prices up. And maybe put a little bit less in the way of hits. Or at least make them a bit trickier to come by. And I think that's actively happening, because Marvel Ages is relatively affordable on EPAC, but what they've done with it is they've made it so that however many cards it is a pack, it's the same number of cards per pack as it was physical release. So I think it's 12 cards per pack, but all the base are digital.
Oh yeah, I was really
which is standard MO for Upper Deck, but what they've done is it's 25 of them. Let's just stop for a moment and just repeat that. You need 25 of each base to get the parallel. So that means, and it only applies to tier 1 as well. That EPAC exclusive parallel, which I'm quite relieved at because it doesn't cover tier 2 where Black Cat is. So that tier 1 parallel, you would need 2,500 base cards. I'm just like, okay. And that just becomes a bit of a cash machine.
I mean, honestly, I'll never buy Ages again, not even like a random pack or anything like that. Like that's basically what happened. I opened up the box and I found that I was kind of like, I was really taken back actually by the lack of, hits and the kind of like lack of attention to the collector by putting so many of those digital base. So I mean, I can't even I'm not even gonna that's it. You know what I mean? Like I bought a box, I wasted that money basically.
That's the interesting thing is that
I think so. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel.
I definitely think I blew that money because there's no way I can get that.
Yeah. I feel the same about Pack Wars. I just want to quickly talk about Pack Wars 1920. I mean, talk about taking something that was actually quite fun and inclusive for collectors who would both want to have a little dabble, but also collectors who want to drop the big bucks because there's plenty of those, and just making it just a rich man's game completely. I mean, not only has the price gone up, it buggy AF. I mean, and I'm not one.
That's what I keep hearing.
But on day 1, I posted a frustration post on the group with screenshots of it just not loading, and I'd gone in. But even if you manage to beat the CPU, which is pretty tough this year, I think they've tweaked it slightly. Lots of people reporting that they've gone like 20 packs and only won 3. And usually, if you play against the CPU, it at least lets you walk away with a little bit of. And the word I'm going to use is dignity. That's probably the wrong word, but anyway.
Dignity.
But it just, and so many people were just like, nah, man, that just feels like I've been not rinsed. That's the wrong word.
Taken for a ride.
Yeah. And the few that I did win, I think I played about 8 packs worth. The few that I did win, you get obviously they've got the thing that they did similar to Pack Wars the last couple of times where you get a digital parallel that's only available in Pack Wars and then you combine those to get a physical exclusive one. So I did that pretty quickly they're called Victor cards in this one. the digital ones.
Victor cards.
And then you combine 5 of those. So at least they kept the combo at 5, because last time you collected the golds and then you got a physical red parallel.
Okay.
This time you get 5 Victor parallels and you get an EPAC parallel. I think it's called an EPAC parallel. And it's simply the card, but it's got like pack walls behind it. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I haven't seen it.
And it's I'll just quickly navigate and get one on screen while we're talking.
Yeah,
but,
I'd like to check it out.
It's but yeah, a lot of people not okay. And also the thing last time is that it feels solely driven to make money. I mean, which is fine. Look, you're a company, I get it, but I get where the balance is tipped is that the value exchange isn't there anymore. You don't feel that you're getting the value for the spend. It feels a little bit too much take and not quite enough give back. That's how
Agreed.
It feels. And I think it's really disappointing. I'd have been in for the full, however long pack wars lasted, with a little bit of spend regularly each week, because I knew that if I get in the top 100, I'd get a card. Now they've tiered that so that there's a different card if you get 1 to 10. There's a different character if you get places 11 to 35, and there's a different character if you get places 36 to 100. So there's 3 different ones each week, and they're numbered. So I think the second one, the 11 to 35, I think there's like 25 of those or something like that. So you get how they chunk that up. Mm-hmm. But then when you're playing, I mean, I had a decent number of wins that first week, relatively, and last time that would put me in top 20, top 30. This time I think I was like 150th or something like that. So I didn't even top one. And it's absolutely crazy. I mean, hats off to them. They've put the plates in there, which is great. But I'm kind of 2 plates have come out so far for Black Cat. One of the base card and one of the variant of the base card, because they've got separate plates this time around. Neither of which I've managed to actually acquire as yet, even though I have opened comms with both the people who, and in fact one of them actually did decline my advances. So yeah, I'm sure I'll get them. Anyway, it just doesn't feel like. I mean, the odds are so stacked against you. That's how it feels this year, and it's quite expensive.
No, it feels cheap, man. It feels like, let's be honest, right? It just feels cheap. It feels like
not cool. So
it feels like a slap in the face for these 2 things.
I'm really struggling to find on this list of inserts where the EPAC win is. I'm scrolling down the longest list of achievements since Marvel Endgame, longest list of inserts rather, and I simply can't find it. Here we go. So those leaderboard ones, where I said you get like certain number of cards, 1 to 10, and then 11. Yeah, they're called gold, silver, and bronze. So I get that. That's fun. It's a fun little thing.
That's a fun little thing.
I'm going to share my screen with you very quickly.
Please do.
That's just the kind of man that I am. I like to share. You're
sharing.
I am.
Just a sharing kind of guy.
So if you look here, I'll just open up. This is Captain America one, and that's what you get when you combine 5 of those Victor cards. You get a physical one that looks like that. So it's the character with just pack walls behind.
So not cool, man.
It's okay. It's fine. I think the thing, and we've not really done one actually. So I'll do a mini review of Marvel Annual 1920. Because Marvel Annual as a firm favourite of mine. I think Marvel Annual 2018-19 was gorgeous. I mean, it was simply gorgeous. The base cards had that wonderful foiling around the edge. Right. And that worked across all the colour parallels. And it just felt like a quality card, even for a lower end product. The base cards in Marvel Annual 1920 just don't have any foiling on at all. And they are horrendously miscut. I mean, that came out probably September time.
I've seen some pictures of this.
Yeah, and the QA on that set, I mean, I'm amazed it went out the door, to be honest with you. I think the variant, they did the variant parallels, which aren't really different enough to merit going after. What you get with the variant parallels is just the image of the comic behind the character is just different. and it's got variant tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3 written in the bottom corner of the card. But the annoying thing with it, like with Marvel Ages, is that there's no rhyme or reason to where those tiers fall.
Mm-hmm.
So I very quickly was like, apparently the tier 3 and tier 4 ones are less frequent as a pull in terms of the pack. But when you look at them, I'm just going to pull up a variant one here, if I can find it. See what I mean about this list? Look at all these inserts on ePack. It's just a dizzying array of inserts in this set.
Just because you have like tons of inserts and variants and all this other stuff doesn't make the set more interesting. It makes the set more messy.
More satisfying. I think that's the challenge. Right, let me show you the Captain America. It's the variant. This was available in physical and so it's card number 2. It just happens to be variant tier 4.
Wait, are you serious? It's the same image, just says variant tier 4?
Yeah, but it's got a different background behind it.
Come on, guys. What is this, man? That's not.
Anyway, I get that it's a lower value product. I get that. It's absolutely fine. And I get you've got to budget out the set so that you can't raise that pack price up. But one good thing about Marvel Annual, and here's some I have here. I'll stop sharing screen in a moment so I can show you them in hand. The rest of the set was fortunately very satisfying because they saved all that money they didn't spend on the base cards. And believe me, it doesn't feel like they spent an awful lot on the base card. They saved it for the inserts. So I know you may have seen these, but I just want to show you them on my little rinky-dink webcam here. So one of the insert sets is called Humble Beginnings.
Yeah, I remember seeing these.
And it's actually really cool. It's a really good look at the gloss. It's got nice foil on it. So the inserts, and this is a new one from Marvel Annual. This was done, this year. And yeah, really cool, really cool little insert set. And it's got image of the first appearance and the latest appearance. Then you've got these com mix ones, and these are really cool. I like them a lot. Let me pull out a good one. Who do you want? Do you want Spidey? Do you want?
Let's see Spidey. I wanted to see the Spidey one.
See a Spidey. In fact, there's loads of different ones. This is a good one, right? And this is foilerama. I mean, this is a really good insert.
Oh, let's see. That looks great.
You see what I mean? It's got what it's got. It's got kind of main regular Marvel Universe 616 or whatever it's called. And look at you can see it reflecting there. I mean, it's awful.
It's very nice.
And then the one next to it is a Spider-Man from a different, that's Earth 928. In this case, it happens to be Spidey 2099, Miguel O'Hara.
Nice.
And it's just a really cool idea. Com mix. See what they did there?
That's good.
Yeah. So that's nice. And then these I really like because you know how much I'm a sucker for first issue, for covers even. It's called Number One Spot. And again, foiling a go-go. And it's just the number ones. And of course, Marvel relaunch titles every 5 minutes, so number ones aren't.
Jay Scott, man.
And that's the one of Black Cat. But there's loads in here. There's Immortal Hulk, there's Morbius, Captain Marvel, Ghost Spider. It's just really nice, a foil of that first issue that
I think it looks great.
I think it's great. So that's the thing. I think the base set, I think they didn't pull that off at all. But the inserts are really cool. I dig them. And then, of course, as we've talked about before, the Creator Corner autos. And these look.
Yeah, I remember those.
They're marvelous.
Very cool looking.
So that's the thing. That's where the money's gone in the set. Yeah, nice. And I finally picked up. There was a 10th one. So my 9-page Creator Corners is there's a 10th, which is slightly frustrating because it means that I'll have a 10th card, which was an ePack exclusive of Donny Cates.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So let me. Oh. You know what? Let's share screen again because sharing is caring, right?
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Let me show you the Donny Cates one, which was an ePack exclusive. I can't remember what you needed to do.
How limited is it?
Money. Well, It's not. I think when you got to a certain level, you could choose either a sketch achievement or Donny Cates one, and of course, everyone went for the sketch. The Donny Cates ones, I think you had to spend a fair bit to get them. To be fair, now what they're called creators. Here we go, Creators Corner, Donny Cates, and here it comes. And so there's only 28 visible on ePack. So there you go. It's Donny Cates, who's like hot of the moment, Marvel creator, he's been on.
Interesting.
I think they've just announced him for Hulk this week because he relaunched Thor the other year. He's been on loads of stuff. People dig him. Didn't he do Surfer?
Yeah, I think he did do Surfer.
Yeah.
That's why I'm interested.
You were hoping that would have Surfer on there, weren't you?
Well, I knew it wouldn't because he's still banned, but I do like the idea of getting a Donny Cates.
That's the thing. Cheapest chips on Comsey. I picked up one on Comsey for $13.
Really?
Yeah. Which is the equivalent price of, in fact, that's less than 2 packs of Marvel Annual would have cost me on ePack.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, guess who's going to Comsey right now to find one?
So, but those Creator Corner autos are worth picking up. I mean, I know everyone's saying, what should I be picking up? On the kind of speculation side of things, I'm always going to say Creator autos. Always.
I think they're nice.
I think they're really good. But yeah, pick one up, mate.
Are they hard numbered?
No, none of them are.
But that's kind of cool though. Regardless. Yeah, look at that. Jeep. I'm gonna pick one up right now.
Yeah, grab it, baby.
I'm going, baby.
Until 2024. So, but grab it. But I wanted to segue very clumsily, because that's the kind of man that I am. While you're buying something,
thank you.
I want to segue into the fact that very, very quietly, and I didn't even see this happen, but very, very quietly, they announced Marvel Annual 2021.
Oh, really? That's hilarious.
Missed it. I just happened to see it when I was Googling something for images for use on the group. And so I grabbed the sales sheet. Here it is. So I just wanted to quickly talk about it now. There's kind of a mini previewette.
Perfect. I bought it, by the way.
Marvel Annual. You bought it. How much did you get it for?
14.
14. Well, there we go. To be fair, it was up 14 and something when I went on there, but I think I had ComC credit of 13.10 or something like that. So I put a cheeky offer in for all my comps.
I know I should have done the offer, but I just
get it. Seriously, just
I was like, because once for $14, man, I'm happy to do that.
Once this episode drops, that's it.
Yeah, because that's really great. That's a great auto.
It is a nice auto, I think, and it's it's sticker, but still, it's an auto. Donny Cates auto.
It's first one. It's the first one for Donny Cates, and I think he's phenomenal. So.
He's not going anywhere. In fact, a lot of the Creator Corner autos is the first time that those Marvel creators, because it's a mixture of writers and artists, have signed on any trading cards. So if you want to think of it like the rookie card for that creator in trading cards, then I guess that's one way to think about it.
I think that's the way to go.
I'm not sure what else you could put from a Marvel creator in a card to make it more personal, unless you get locks of hair or DNA or things like that, or fingers.
I think a pen is the way to go.
That's a great idea. Or something from the creation. Yeah, something from the creation of their work.
Right. Like, like a corner page or
well, it's not like you can get typewriter ribbon anymore because they will be on.
No. Still. Maybe a key from their old computer.
Oh, wow. That's quite a cool idea, actually. I like the idea of that. You'll be giving them ideas. So, see, with one hand we take, with the other we give.
See that?
So, Marvel Annual 2021. So, almost as soon as the last one's finished, because it has sold out on ePack, regardless of my. Well,
has it really?
The release of it just as buying on its own sold out, and everyone thought, "Oh, what's happened to Pack Wars?" And I was like, "They'll have held stuff back for Pack Wars because Pack Wars is
right, of course,
is a cash machine for them, and of course they hold Pack Wars." So anyway, as soon as the last one's done, Marvel Annual 2021 it appears to be there. I think it's probably coming out early fall, early autumn, as you guys say, fall. I think it came out September last year, so that's about right. Explore a momentous year in comics. I've got no idea what's happening in comics at the moment, Norrie.
You have no idea what's happening with what?
In comics, just generally.
I mean,
I don't buy any modern books anymore. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
So shall we scroll down and see what's in it? So we've got.
Let's do it.
It looks pretty similar. I will say it's virtually identical. Look, we got the base card. Then they're doing all 4 tiers of the variant cover base set. 100 card. So
pretty similar.
Yeah, and I imagine I'll probably won't touch the variant cover one myself, especially if they seed it and have it as random numbering all over the place.
Yeah.
But there's also that one thing they are doing, which I didn't show you because I don't have it in hand. They're doing this hologram version of the base set, which was limited to 20.
I did see the holograms.
Yeah.
I thought they were really nice.
Yeah, I pulled one of Armor, the X-Men character, when I got my physical boxes, but I finally managed to get the Black Cat one when it hit E-Packs, and I got the Alpha. I got 1 of 20.
That's amazing.
So I'm pretty chuffed with that. But of course, it's still it's still in E-Pack. But yeah, again, they're doing the hologram. And they'll be hard numbered, limited. So my take on that is if there's a character you're after, grab it up as soon as you can,
right?
Because there's only 20.
I mean, I would, and I like those holograms too. I think they did a good job on them.
Yeah, they look really good in hand, actually. So that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. It's a real shame that the base set doesn't have foiling on it, because that really made 2018-19 feel special.
Yeah,
but you can tell they've shifted the investment in the set to the limited aspects of the set, which that's fine. Just makes those even more special. So you've got a pretty similar thing with the Chase set. You've got the Humble Beginnings is back again.
Right.
One Spot is back again.
Cool.
Different formula. There's a couple of new things in here. You've got Annual Impact, which is a new insert, which looks pretty cool. I imagine that'll be foiled up to the 9s. You've got Spider-Woman there and Black Panther on the example.
Yeah, that is really cool.
And then they've previously done Rookie Heroes. This year it's called Star Rookies, which I imagine will be foiled up.
I mean, they got the main villain from the Donny Cates, the Call, so that's pretty cool.
Null. Who is? I've got no idea who that character is. Yes,
he's basically the king of symbiotes.
Oh, is he?
Type of thing. So he's the head of the planet type of thing, and he's gonna conquer Earth or whatever. So that's where they're at right now. That's why you have so many people getting venomized and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. I had no idea who he is. So when they're saying King in Black, I'm like, I've no idea who that is.
Mm-hmm. So he's like the main guy, main squeeze.
Tell me what WCF was going on with that storyline, because I didn't know. If I'd known that was the hook, I might have been more interested. But hey, wow, I'm in a grouchy mood today, aren't I? What's on the next page? So the Splashticular Lenticular cards return. They were puzzles in
very cool
Marvel Annual 1920. That looks like it could be a single card. I don't know. Who knows? Looks cool. Oh no, they're puzzles in Marvel Ages. Apologies. In Marvel Ages, they're puzzles. In Marvel Annual, they are single cards.
They look cool.
Yeah. And then pack hits. You've got the pack hits there. You've got the box hits. So pack hits is one variant base card and one premium insert. So they call them premium inserts, and you can tell that, again, that's where the money went. So they are very satisfying, those inserts. And a box hit, on average, you got one Splashticular, regular SP or SSP. So what else is going to be in there? You got Creator's Corner again. Look at that.
Ew.
So there we go, Creator's Corner. You got 2 here. I don't know these creators, actually. You got one guy called, the examples they're showing, there's 3 of them, actually. One of them I've heard of. Jim Zub, never heard of that young man. You've got Benjamin Percy, not heard of him. He's the writer on X-Force, apparently. And then you've got Teenie Howard, who I have heard of. Interestingly, on the example they've shown, there's no picture of that creator. So
I guess some of them allow for the rights of their picture and some of them don't.
Yeah, well, either they're shy or they didn't source it yet. Because remember, this is just a preview, so I think it says at the bottom something like that. Product depicted for demonstration purposes only and is subject to change without further notice. So you never know. There could be an Ian Taylor Creators Corner in there pop up, or
there you go.
Creators Corner. That would be good, wouldn't it? Inner hits. So the inner, it's a half case. So every half case, you get either you get 4 cards from the following: hologram parallel, sparkling foil board parallel. So this is a new parallel that they've not talked about anywhere on this PDF. So there's a sparkling foil board parallel. So that could be interesting. I don't know if that's going to be hard numbered like the hologram or if it's a different type.
I don't know.
So, 1-of-1 printing plate. So they were in the physical last time for Marvel Annual, but they were only for the. I mean, there were very few of them popped up, actually. There's a sketch card in every half case, and also a battle booklet sketch card, and a Creators Corner autograph. So that's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
And that there endeth the PDF.
There endeth the PDF.
There we go.
I love it.
So, I'll try and do it physical again like I did with Marvel Annual 1920.
Right.
Just get the set and tuck it up and Bob's your
Very
uncle,
cool, though.
You're on. Yeah, it looks cool. There's elements of that set that really, really sing. It's just a shame the base cards are so flat compared to Annual 1920.
Yeah.
But which is just a glorious set. It's glorious. What's next, Norrin? What's next? Marvel Metal has been pushed back. The X-Men Metal Universe.
Damn it! Really?
Yeah, I think the latest I saw. This is all just like on the scuttlebutt, but there's no official release date. But I think it's looking like it could be July, August, September kind of window now. So, but every time, of course, David Adams lists it, they sell out, and then the next time they list it, they put the price up, and then they keep doing the same thing. So I think what started at 150 a box is now up to maybe 250. 350 mark every time they redo it. And it's this, I tell you, one thing that just, yes, there's been a boom and everyone's going mad for cards. I think we're probably on the downward slope of the back end of it now, maybe a little bit, judging by what I'm seeing online, although Target and Walmart suspended their sales, so maybe I'm wrong. But it certainly feels less frenetic out there, less FOMO is what I'm feeling.
That's what I'm hearing as well. I think a lot of people are It sorry to take like a little bit of a break.
Yeah, it feels like the greed.
Sorry, hold on.
All right, you carry on. You carry on, dear. I'm just going to carry on. I'm going to carry on talking because, it's a podcast. I've got some great hits I'm going to show Norrin in a minute. I said hits, people, hits. So
sorry, buddy, I'm back.
You're back, are you? I'm just chatting to myself.
I'm back.
What feels to me is that everyone's gone, it's going mad out there. I want a piece of that. If I can earn more money, I can. It just feels like we've tipped slightly into greed mode a little bit. And I know some people have deep pockets and earn big bucks and can afford to spend it, but a lot of collectors don't. So, yeah, it's weird out there at the moment. It's kind of polarized on both the both the primary and the kind of secondary resale market.
I feel like maybe what's also happening is that people are starting to realize that people who got into Marvel and put all their chips into MU90 stuff didn't quite understand the hobby. And I think everyone was trying to apply sports mythology and Pokemon mythology, you know what I mean? And not mythology, but, those strategies into Marvel cards. And I think people quickly realize that comic art cards just don't work that way.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of things people are trying to figure out now before they proceed forward in terms of their collecting goals.
Yeah.
Because, for some people, it's, not the greed. It's more like, well, I want to collect the thing that, I can invest and enjoy in and not lose all my money. You know what I mean? Like, like when we talk about like Marvel Ages or Annual and you look at those base cards, right? You can buy a box for $125 and the base cards on ComC and eBay are eventually going to be like 50 cents, right? Or 25 cents to make a set, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
But then again, it's not a great incentive to go back to the box and pour a bunch of money in the box, especially with like, at least the experience I've just had opening a Marvel Ages box, where like what came out of the box, not necessarily a dollar amount. It was more of a like, well, okay, so I participated in this thing and now I'm stuck with this thing where I do like it, but now to proceed forward, I have to throw more money into it just to have a complete set. And I think that becomes a little more problematic. And I think it comes from like, not necessarily the lack of hits, because I think Marvel Ages has tons of really cool cards. Like I bought into it. I'm not even kidding. Like I really dig the Lighthouse ones. I dig the flavorful ones, and I dig the Word Cloud, and I dig the Decade. Like I think those are really cool inserts. They're really
great ideas. Yeah.
They're great ideas. And I think they're bad. They look awesome, man. They look good in person. They really do. That's what happened. Went to a card show. I bought some in person. I got a good deal on them. And I was like, man, these are nice. These are way nice. I could see myself having a little binder of all the Decade cards and kind of excited. And, just to get the experience of the box, just to see what I know about Marvel cards and then get what I get out of the box. It's like, I can't even trade into completing these sets. And that's usually the benefit that I tell people of EPAC, right? Is that, if you buy cards physically, you have to come to the group and you have to meet people and get lucky. Right. With EPAC, you can kind of most of the time trade your way into something you actually wanted, which is what I like about it, which is why I don't argue about the price point, because I'm like, well, I'm using the facility to trade, right? It's like going to an arcade and I'm hanging out quarter. You know what I mean? Like I get it. It's the space, right? And that makes sense to me. But
no, get it completely.
You know what I mean? It was an unfortunate thing. And hopefully hopefully that correlation and that kind of thing can be fixed, because I think the other thing people have to know is that the Marvel hobby is still small. It's not like the card boom blew up and we got like an influx of like 3,000 members. We got an influx of members for sure. Yeah. But it wasn't like members that were, it wasn't everyone came over to the playground. You know what I mean? Everyone came over to the playground. A lot of people left, and the people who stuck by were like, well, I kind of dig this. I want to hang out. I want to do this. You know what I mean? And it's fun. I'm glad they're here and we're having a great time, but the hobby's still small, man. And a lot of people are still trying to figure out what cards are at the top, what cards are in the middle, what cards are on the bottom. Like everyone's trying to figure out what's their level of play. Yeah. You know what I mean? I have this amount of money. This is the way I collect. I want to be here. Right?
That's right. Yeah.
Unless you know this game well, you don't know where to go.
Exactly.
And I think that's always been a little bit of a problem with Marvel cards, is that you just don't know where to participate. Like we've tried on this show to talk people like, masterpieces, especially after 2016, that's the level. You know what I mean? That's the one. If you want you want to participate at a different level, you have the money and that's how you want to play. Yeah. That's the game. If you want to go on the left side, but have a lot of good meat to it, you go to Fleer Ultra.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then if you want to go a little lower, where you're really just building a massive set because you want to have fun with the design and the cards, you go annual, you go ages. You know what I mean? You want to be surprised and still have fun, but not, participate on that massive level. You have your shot there. Yeah. And unless you're in the game, you just don't know. It's not very apparent, if that makes sense.
That's right. No, it makes complete sense. And what I find interesting is going back to your feeling of after you open that Marvel Ages box. We talk a lot in my work for a marketing and branding agency, is how brands talk to consumers, and there's the theory of a value exchange. So if you're going to interact with a brand, we often talk about it in terms of, for my work, we often talk about it in terms of data. So if you're going to share your data as a consumer with a brand, you want to feel like they're giving you something back. And a lot of consumers, especially with tighter data protection laws in Europe, I think California's got some pretty strict ones as well. If a consumer will quite happily tell you a lot more about them if they feel they're getting something back from you, be it a more personalized service, be it more surprise and delight moments, or some sort of loyalty scheme of some kind. So you've got that value exchange there. I think it's missing at the moment. I think it's tipped slightly too much in that you open that box and regardless of the worth of the cards you got out there, you don't feel that you maybe got the value from it, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Certainly that's certainly how I feel about Pack Wars. And it's definitely how I feel about, well, I thought Marvel Anime was really high priced on APAC, given that most of the cards were digital. I mean, it was well over, I can't remember.
That was rough. Yeah.
No, it might even have been nearly $20 for a pack.
Yeah.
Most of them were digital. Yes, it sold out. So, you could, from a point of view of someone who makes the cards, say, okay, well, if it sells out that quickly, you left money on the table. So maybe you could have priced it higher. But where does that end? Where do you?
You're just going to burn your collectors. Like you're burning us. Like, I mean, that's what's happening. Like when you have that much digital, look, man, it's not a coincidence where, I get asked multiple times throughout the week or every couple of days, okay, what's EPAC? Is it all physical? Is it all digital? Mm-hmm. And I'm telling people, it's actually partly physical. And I'm like, and I do believe in EPAC. I think there's some really great things and I think it's a great space, but man, you're burning people when you have a pack and majority is digital and the 1 or 2 base cards are on there, you're going to get for 50 cents in a month. Like that's a joke. Yeah. I'm sorry, but that's not cool. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's not what people want to experience. And it's one thing to have like physical cards being opened up digitally, especially for Marvel collectors who can't find cards to open up physically. That's the best thing about EPAC is that we have that space finally in our home where we can do this. But then at the time we're like, it's like we're getting a bunch of circulars or ads with our packs. Yes. You know what I mean? Yes. They're not real.
So that's the thing. And I think that therein, I think there's two dangerous things with EPACs at the moment is that one, the weight of digital product is becoming too much because the USP was always about opening physical cards online. I think the second part, which they badly need to fix, which is possibly slightly out of their control, is the COMC fulfilling that service for housing that and then also for shipping them. And whilst that's as bad as it is, and let's make no bones about it, it's possibly the worst experience from a consumer point of view of almost anything I see people talking about online in the last 6 months is COMC and how they provide their service. And yet they're all merry, happy on their social media COMC. And they make no mention of the fact that the building behind them is seemingly on fire because of how bad they are actually getting the cards out and how much more money they're charging for doing it. So I'm anyway. Can I show you some cool stuff? Let me do my artist intro. Let's do the artist intro.
Let's do the artist intro.
I'm just going to rant otherwise. I'm just going to rant. Let's do the artist intro. No idea what I'm doing anymore. I need a drink. So let me show you our artist intro this week. I'm going to attempt to pronounce your name, sir. Apologies if I muck it up. JASON SALDAJENO, I think is your proper pronunciation based on your intro. Forgive me if I muffed that. Jason, thank you very much for doing that intro. Jason's
thank you, brother.
New name to me. I have a feeling he's been active an awful lot longer than we realise. His Instagram is, strangely enough, I'm looking at this and I can't see. There we go. It's at JSaldajeno or Saldajano, which is JSALDAJENO. I'll put that in the tasting notes, and obviously I'll tag you on our Instagram posts. There's a guy in group who properly goes after his cards. I can't think of it. Might be Andrew Servey, really collects his cards and goes after his Marvel Masterpieces 2021s. And you can kind of see why. But it looks like he's done some battle booklet action here in Marvel Annual. And you look through his Instagram, and it's really cool stuff. Can you see this okay?
I really love his stuff, actually. I was looking at it earlier when you mentioned to me that he sent an thing earlier. I'm just really impressed. I mean, looking at the art style and looking at the faces and the anatomy, like everything's really on point. I'm actually really interested in what he's doing there.
It's so vibrant. Look at the way he's done. The way he's done Spidey is just perfect rendition of how the feet move and how the perspective works.
I mean, look at Venom's face, man. Like, I mean, you've seen Venom a lot, right? But look at the cross hatching. I mean, that's really great for a sketch. I mean, you can't.
Right.
That's a great piece, man, in my opinion.
What I really love is when artists, either in the post or on the hashtag, say the medium they've used for the card. So he's got watercolors and markers here. So he's done kind of a combo.
Oh, nice.
Which explains the kind of background, the way that you can see that's a watercolor.
The translucence, yeah.
We're looking at we're looking at a Spider-Man versus Venom battle booklet on Jason's Instagram feed, folks. So do feel free to pop over there and take a look for yourself. He's also got some really great cards here from the new Perna Studios release.
Oh man, so good.
And this looks like a Dr. Voodoo kind of vibe going on here. And that's very much your wheelhouse, isn't it? You like, yeah.
Oh, I love all that supernatural stuff.
Yeah,
I'm all about it. I mean, I love Perna Studios and the stuff they're doing.
Yeah,
just so cool.
Absolutely. I couldn't go in for this new release because I just didn't quite have the cash, and then
I'm like,
it went and it sold out, and then I've just
of course
I've got a bit of coin.
Same.
Never mind. I'm going to scroll down a bit because there's one here that blew my mind when I looked at it. I don't know if Jason worked on these sets or if he's got some blanks from the older sets, but there's a Woman of Marvel oversized AP from Rittenhouse there. Oh, yeah, no, this is 2015 on there. So, which is still after Woman of Marvel came out, but there's a brilliant Rogue.
God, that looks good.
That is so good. He's got in the hashtag Art Nouveau, and that's brilliant. He's got this kind of flowery kind of border to
it's a beautiful piece. I mean, it's really nice.
Look at the hair. Look at the depth of
I mean, just
hair. Oh, it's amazing. I love it. I'm going to scroll down and gush over one more that really appealed to me, just because of how busy it was and the perspective. We'll come back to that one.
He worked on DC Comics Bombshells too.
Yeah.
And he did great there too.
It's Marvel Universe Artist Proof. Right. I just want you to look at the perspective. So what we're seeing here is a Spidey versus a Lizard on a Marvel Universe Rittenhouse Archives oversized artist proof. And it's from the above looking down. What I love about it is the falling debris that's falling away from you. From your point of view, looking down, the people underneath who seem completely oblivious.
Innocent bystanders,
Yeah. And I just think if you look at the detail in it, though, because these, even though they're oversized, it's still a small card. You know?
Oh, it's very small. It's the artist proof, but it's still 5x7, whatever it is.
Or this could be a cover. This could be a cover of an actually amazing Spider-Man comic.
100%.
Oh, it's great.
Well, do you see where he put his signature? I love it.
Oh, it's on the brick. It's on the debris.
It's on the debris.
Masonry.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
That is really cool. I love it when artists do that.
I love that.
It really
look at the webbing, though. I mean, all that's killer. Just killer.
It reminds me of the kind of detailed depth and color that you get in a Tony Perna or Martinet.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of E-Man or E-Name or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think this is way more defined and has better pockets of ink and stuff like that in terms of time that he spent on that, but beautiful piece.
Look at this. Now, this is a Perna Studios one, and he said digital art in it. So this is a digital art piece.
So that's probably a base card that he did.
Yeah, wow. It is. Jack the Giant Slayer from Classic Fairy Tales 2, which means I probably have that card here. That's
great.
Bonkers. I love it. Right. Can I just have a little moan? Not about you, Jason, but I'm finding a lot at the moment when I post on Instagram, I get bot comments on, not butt comments, but bot comments. Promote it on and it'll tag something. Do you get those
interesting.
on your posts? I get them every time I post on the on our podcast feed. I get a couple of them, and I straight away block the thing it's tagging to promote, and I block the source thing, and I report.
I have gotten that. Yes, I've gotten that once or twice.
It's a real problem at the moment on Instagram, and I've noticed it on other creators and podcasters' posts as well. And
it's owned by Facebook, and it's going to be gross like that.
But they're instant, which means they're definitely an automated bot thing.
For sure.
Yeah, but it really clutters the place up, and it just makes it a bit. Yeah, anyway, Jason, I love your work, sir. Thank you for doing the intro. Yeah, he's not
Great
got a massive
stuff.
amount on his Instagram feed so far, but 19 posts, but 19 posts of absolute gorgeousness. So throw him a follow, throw him a commission. Absolutely worth it. Can I show you what you've shown me some acquisitions, haven't you, sir? Can I show you some of mine?
Oh, obviously.
Right, I'm going to keep sharing my screen, show you first. So first of all, I have managed to acquire in EPAC the Decades 1970s Black Cat.
Oh, good.
So that is my Black Cat PC, although I don't physically have it here.
I think it's a beautiful card, man. No joke.
So you've got one in hand, which is one better than me, but I know how good that will look when I get it. So I'm also going to try and build the Decade set. So I now have to acquire another one, but I'll get there. And then the other one I got, finally, I got Fresnel, also on EPAC. So that is
beautiful.
An image from the EPAC. No, I can't wait to get that one.
And it's translucent too. That's going to be so cool.
Yeah. Well, I've got one in hand. I've got a black bolt.
That's right. That's right.
From my Marvel Ages flurry. But the big one that arrived, and I know this has been in group, and you knew it was coming. It was, you remember Marvel Anime on EPAC?
Baby.
We're in plate sets of 4.
Oh yeah.
And they were achievements. So if you got a certain achievement, you would get 5 plate sets of all 4 for 5 different characters. Okay, from the base set. And someone popped the Black Cat one. We did a little deal, and he had it mailed from his ComC to my home address. And this was done at the end of February, and it arrived this week. So what Norrin is looking at on the screen is my 9-page of Marvel Anime Black Cat. And these are all physical in hand. And we have all 4 plates. So that is a full master rainbow from Marvel Anime of card number 69, Black Cat. So I'll walk you through it now. And you can see my mouse, my pointer. Yep, you're nodding. Can you hear me? You have muted yourself.
Yep, I did like an idiot again.
There we go. So that's the base card. Then you've got, I think that's cyan plate. Then that's the EPAC parallel. And all that's different about that is the color here and here. And I think the foil is a different color as well. Then you've got I think that's the magenta. Then you've got in the center, I've got the autograph.
Genius.
Hard numbered. Then that's yellow, I think, that one. And then you have the hyper mosaic, foil parallel. Then you have the black printing plate, and then you have the Mega Moon.
Wow.
9 cards. Isn't that brilliant?
That's great.
All 5
it
variants.
Looks awesome.
5 variants and 4 plates.
It looks really good.
That's the perfect 9-page, and that is done. That is in my
Killed
case. It was why I'm showing you on screen, because I've sleeved the plates so they don't photograph very well because they're sleeved inside the 9
they're sleeved
page.
But they look great, man.
So I took this photo of everything naked on a white background. So I've got it as a show off. So that'll be on the tasting notes, folks. And I did a live opening on the group.
Wow.
I don't know if you saw, and I was so giddy with excitement.
No, I didn't actually. Damn, I keep missing all this stuff. Oh man,
well, yeah, you
got to send me a link or something. I don't know.
Like, you were working, you were doing stuff.
Oh, that's right. Oh God, I was about to say. I was like, Jesus, how did I miss that? That would have been cool.
Yeah. No, it's on the group. Have a look. I'll send you a link afterwards.
Okay.
And I've got a couple in hand of. I've been diving into the MCU autos, and I'm going back a little way now. Iron Man 2. So the difference between new sets and the earlier MCU sets, especially the earlier Upper Deck ones, is that on the back of the cards, now they say this is a piece of costume or material used in the production. Okay. But on the earlier ones, the memorabilia has been certified to having been worn in the movie.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So on screen relics. So what we have there is we have from Iron Man 2, Rhodey.
Very cool.
See that there? There we go. That looks pretty good.
That's cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, looks great.
And then the other one from Iron Man 2. I'll take this out of it. Robert Downey Jr.
That looks so good.
Look at that. In his racing suit.
Very cool.
That's nice. And that's
good. I like it when the image matches the relic. Like that matters a lot.
They're just lovely relic cards. So this is one of the earliest Upper Deck sets. I think see, that was 2010. Crikey.
Wow.
Iron Man 2 was that long ago. I guess it was.
It was. I mean, yeah man. That's, yeah.
But I found a storage solution. Now, these aren't that thick, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then they would fit in a 9-page, but most costume relic cards don't. So you could go top loader binder, which a lot of people swear by, or you could get these. Now, someone in America found something similar to this, and then I went on a UK group, and it's a photograph page. So it's 6 pockets, but it's punched, so it'll fit in the same binders as everything else. So I got this from an eBay UK seller, but you can get them in the US, and it's because it's photographic supplies. It is archival, as in acid free and all that. It's made of the type of plastic that is ever so slightly cloudy, which I think is polyethylene rather than polypropylene, which is the really crystal clear stuff. So, and I bought 10 of them, and it was like £6, which is what, $8. So, and it was from Amazon. So I thought, you know what, I'll try them out. And I measured them, and I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. Oh, lo and behold.
Wow.
Spider-Man Homecoming relics in top loaders, and they fit snug as anything. Look, that ain't coming out.
Oh, wow, they are really nice.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, for the and they're pretty decent thickness.
Yeah.
If I go up to the thickness of Black Diamond, unfortunately, they don't quite fit because there's not enough give on the pocket for it to slide in. I'll try again with this one. Just doesn't quite do it. Doesn't quite do it, unfortunately. So, but it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna carry. This was an okay amount of money to spend to just test it out.
Yeah.
So I think I'll probably use that for my relic cards that are up to this thickness. But for the thickest ones, the Black Diamond, I'm going to see if there's a size that's just ever so slightly longer in the pocket that way.
Right.
But I'm really pleased with that.
I think it looks great. I mean, it's making me rethink.
Yeah, because my third silver case, because I've got another one of those silver case, is going to be for my MCU relics in these pockets.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Yeah,
I like that. That's a good idea.
So that's what's going to happen. But these, when I top loader them, will be able to slip nicely in here.
I love that.
There you go. That's my latest thing I've been working on.
It's actually really cool.
And can I just throw a little shout out for? You haven't had any of these in hand? Did you see any Black Diamonds yesterday?
No, unfortunately.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about Black Diamond on a future show. We're going to do a bit more of a talk about those. But look how nice these relics are. That's just.
I love the relics, man. They look great.
Cards. They're just incredible.
What does it say on the back of the relic for the costume card? Is it just sourced from the thing?
The exact wording is, congratulations. You have received a trading card with pieces of Marvel Studios Captain America Civil War memorabilia. The memorabilia has been certified to us as having been part of the production of Marvel Studios Captain America Civil War movie. Enjoy your memorabilia card, which sounds like a very carefully legally written piece of wording.
Right. Definitely not on screen type of stuff.
Well, it doesn't guarantee it.
That's pretty cool.
So it could be from the same lot of, I would hope that they've not found out exactly what material it was, gone back 6 years later and ordered a ream of it from that manufacturer. I would hope that it's at least if it's material that was used when they made the costumes and it was still in the offcuts or spare costumes, even if it wasn't on screen. So I would imagine at the very least it's that. But you know what? It's cool.
Regardless, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, they look awesome. They look really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
they do look really awesome.
But yeah, so that's kind of episode 99, baby.
I love it.
We've got episode 100 coming.
You got a bunch of good pickups. I think I have.
What you got?
I think I got one more thing to show you.
Oh, show me. Because the stuff you got from the show yesterday had me sitting up and begging. So,
So this I got. I really love that Marvel anime stuff, by the way. And I'm going to have to get into the costume relics because they're really cool looking. So
you're very far away from the microwave. Microwave?
Oh, sorry, microwave. From the mic, sorry. Yeah, I love the anime stuff. I am thinking about getting a Black Diamond thing. I don't know where I want to participate in. I think I'm going to go Ant-Man and Wasp and Ant-Man. I don't know. Like, that's the movie I really like.
It's really
so. I might do that. I don't know if I'm going to do the stone relic, a diamond retro relic. I do want something, but I haven't decided yet. I picked this up. I wasn't going to, but the person sent me an offer, so I picked it up.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that is, you've got to send me a picture of that stat for the tasting notes.
Done.
That is a Stan Lee. It's the Marvel, what's it say on the
1992. 1992 Marvel, the editor cards.
That's it. Yeah. And they were promo cards that were given out at cons. And the Marvel creator or editor could sign them. So you turn it over, flip it over for me. It's got a caricature of the. Oh, it's signed. Oh, you monkey. Wow. Okay. That's amazing. That is amazing. Where did you get that?
It was on eBay. Oh. I was talking to the guy and I was like, man, it would be cool to get it. I don't know, like he would have to come down significantly to grab it. And luckily, he was trying to offload it quickly. And I was like, okay, I'll just grab it. So I picked it up.
Oh my goodness me. That's amazing. Those cards are cool. I mean, I'd be up
They're really cool.
A collection of those cards without the signatures.
Well, what I didn't realize is that the purple on the front is actually foiled.
Oh, is it?
So it's like it's shiny.
Yeah,
it's
like okay.
Not like straight foiled, but it's it's shiny. It's cool
to it, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. Like it's surprisingly nice. And the Stan Lee sig on the back is just like such a clean, good Stan Lee sig. So when I saw it, I was like, this, usually these are in terrible shape, but there's some soft corners on here, small edging.
It's fine.
No crease, no nothing. It's just a good piece. Nice. Where do you find this? You don't find this anymore.
You don't see them unsigned anymore, let alone signed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the unsigned ones are more only. There's more of the unsigned ones only because they're like there were stacks of them that people kept who worked at those tables. So, they've eventually found their way on eBay and stuff like that, but the signed ones that are really clean because they've been handled, those are the ones that I find to be more difficult to find. Cause I was looking for this for just like a fun little side Stan Lee collection type of thing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And isn't that cool? I thought that was really cool. It just came in late afternoon yesterday. I haven't said a word about it yet.
Wow! Oh, brilliant. Well, by the time this episode drops, I'm sure you'll have put it out.
Oh yeah.
on the
maybe I'll hold off.
Yeah. Because I've been selling. So I've trimmed down my I've been starting to sell my NFL collection.
How's that going? By the way,
well, I did a post on the UK NFL Card Traders UK group. And I just did my relics. So they're not called relics, of course, in game worn patches or whatever they're called, or patch cards. And I shifted maybe half of them, including one of the big ones, one of the Tom Brady ones, the other ones. So I shifted maybe half of them so far. And then I've got a stack of like Patriots, Chase and base going back maybe 10 years. I've got a whole binder full that I just need to work through.
Wow.
What I'll probably do is I'll just do a post on the group, and just what you can do in that group, what people often do is I'll add them to the comments one by one, and people just claim as they go. It's kind of a live thing.
There's no sports card shop near you? I mean, I know there's no non-sport, but there's no card shop at all?
No, it doesn't exist in the UK. That's what I'm saying.
So why is that, by the way? Because I've spoken to other people now over there, and I'm not quite sure. Like, you have card collectors over there. Like, there are people over there.
It's not as well. For a start, it's not part of the culture as it is in America.
Really?
And because of that, and the second thing is, it's not a legitimately sustainable business in the UK.
Right. No, it's not here either.
But that's what I'm saying. But at least you have card shops. I mean, I went to the one in Boston, Kenmore Collectibles, and they had some mighty fine stuff. Of course, it's all sports because that's what they do.
Right.
And they're not too far from Fenway Park. And I went in there when I was last in Boston, and I bought some Tom Brady cards, and I was just nickel and diming it compared to the amount of money people do go in and drop. Some of these $600-700 a box, if not more. So, but Titan Cards has been there for quite a few years that Ali works at. It's a small but sustainable business. So, those card shops, they do exist, and they do, they do work. They're usually sports mainly focused. Whereas with non-sports and Marvel cards, it tends to be comic shops that also stock those, or sports card shops that also stock those.
Yeah. There's no designated non-sport place.
But no, in the UK, there's it's just not a sustainable thing. You get some small kind of coin collecting or stamp places, but they're few and far between.
Yeah.
So it's a real shame. So
such a pain.
Yeah. So I'd love to be. Whenever I remember when I used to go to New York much more regularly, there's a very small sports card store just off Wall Street at the bottom of the Manhattan Island, and went in there, and they had some non-sports, but it was all like glass case baseball stuff primarily. And Midtown Comics had some non-sport stuff, like Marvel or
Midtown, right?
Great store that is. And there's a few other places Beautiful. I went to, but every time you go to New York, it's so fluid that places close down and some places.
Yeah.
So you just don't have them, and it's a real shame.
You don't.
It's a real shame. And comic shops are, they hang on by the skin of their teeth most of the time. So
yeah, unfortunately,
brick and mortar is having a tough time these days. Especially when they keep closing things because of those pesky germs. Germs. That's what my daughter says. She's 5. The way she relate to it is, can I go on play dates? Can I go around to Leah Rose's house when the germs have gone? She goes, when the germs have gone.
Oh,
it's like
Molly.
Germs have gone.
Molly Rose is adorable. My God.
And her best friend at school is called Leah Rose. I mean, what are the odds?
Are you serious? That's hilarious.
Yeah, hyphenated. Wow. Molly.
Aww.
Her best friend at school is Leah-Rose. And Rose was my mum's middle name, which is one of the reasons why she's got that name.
That's beautiful.
My mother was called Wendy Rose.
That's a lovely name too.
And my grandmother was Winifred Lavinia. So
wow, that's a really cool name.
Winifred.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Old English names.
That's awesome.
We should probably go and let people get back to their days, because otherwise,
sorry, everybody.
History.
We were just hanging out.
This is absolutely fine. At some point soon, I haven't had a chance to work any more on my checklist this week because it was only a 4-day work week. So
I want to do that Instagram thing.
We are going to do it.
Okay.
It's a beast of a spreadsheet. Did you see how?
You don't have to have it done. The Instagram thing's for us to do it together.
Oh, I thought we did.
No, man, I'm not done either, son.
Oh well, I thought
it'd be us hanging out.
Okay, well we'll do that. You've been doing loads of Instagram shizzle. Who you been hanging out with?
Dude, people are just been like inviting me last minute.
Spidey Juice.
I don't know how to say it. I have to ask him.
How'd you say his name?
Is he
in the group, or is he just Instagram?
He's in the group. He just, he's very quiet, looking around, figuring stuff out type of thing. But he had a channel previous to the cards and he was doing action figures and comic books. So he kind of comes from that background.
Oh, okay.
And then he was like dabbling in cards here and there. And I think he stumbled onto something. I forgot what it was.
Tarot.
Yeah. He fell into the cards. Something happened. He had him when he was a kid, like all of us. And then he started getting heavy into it. And he found us and he found my Instagram and we just hit it off and started chatting. He was like, dude, jump on with me and do something. Do you mind? And I was like, no, not at all. So, and then it happened again with Gingy Man, Gingy, who's just super sweet. We have to, he'd be a blast, but he's a gem. And he was just like, dude, if you want to just jump on, let's jump on. And it was super late for him. And I was like, well, okay, why not? But yeah, it's been a whirlwind of like people inviting me to do stuff. And like you've had it too. You were on Gingy Man stuff. it's just been a blast to be on
that's cool.
Instagram and do stuff.
Absolutely cool. I love it.
Fun.
I love it.
Nice people.
It's very it's a scene. There's different scenes where people create content. You've got Instagram people doing there. You've got people do it on YouTube and then put it on Instagram or cross the streams with it. And so it's absolutely cray the amount of content that's out there. It's dizzying to keep up with it. I mean, I barely keep up with our own and yours, let alone anyone else's.
I really do too. Like, I watch every once in a while and I feel bad, but it is Disney. And
there is
summer's here though.
It's great there's so much out there, but it's a lot to keep up with at times. So when people ask me if you checked out this, it's like, I haven't, because I just, there's only so many hours in the day.
Send me a link, I'll find a way.
And I can't watch it. I can't watch it in bed at night because, I can't have headphones in and, obviously the volume, I can't do that. I can't watch it with the wife of an evening, even if we get YouTube on the telly, can't do that. Because she'd be like, right, okay, here's the divorce papers.
Shoot me in the face now.
Pretty much actually. I can't watch it while I'm working because I'm supposed to be working. So,
not enough hours in the day, man.
And it's one of the other things as well, because I know that you have. I feel really. I think it's great that people reach out and send me friend requests on Facebook all the time. I don't know, miserable, but a lot of them I have to leave parked because I get a lot of them from people I genuinely don't know that well or at all. And I guess the difference is that your profile isn't you as a person, it's you as a hobby thing, whereas mine is kind of friends, family, and family stuff.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
And even though I don't put that much on there these days because I just don't have time, it's still so if you send me I'm going to say this now just so that people can get it, because I don't want people getting put out. If you send me a friend request on Facebook, we need to have engaged to be on that road to friendship. I need to genuinely know you a little bit, because otherwise I probably will just leave it sat there. And I know there's some people that have sent me friend requests and literally I don't know who you are as a person.
Yeah.
There's not even a real photo of you on the internet, and you might be on a pseudonym account on Facebook, like, because you don't want an account with you.
Right. Yeah.
So I am, but I think it's great that people want to be my friend. So
people do. Well, because people are excited and
people do. But what
I talk about you and
what I would say was hit me up on Instagram, follow me there, and let's build up a rapport. And then if you if I know you're not a serial killer, then I'm just going, because I had a really uncomfortable experience on one of the older Marvel card groups before I set up MCCW. Oh, excuse me, I've run out of tea. Bugger. Oh well. I'll just swallow a lot. Where someone looked at my profile and trolled me and said some really uncomfortable stuff about my wife and daughter.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was on one of the other card groups, and it's one of the reasons why I set up MCCW was I was like, I can't be in a group where that sort of stuff will happen.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not serious. I'll send you the screenshots. It's from one of the older existing card groups on Facebook.
That's disgusting.
Someone said some really horrible stuff, and they were trolling, and the admin did eventually. But I had to show screen grabs to the admins to get them to actually, like.
That's absurd.
And I was like, so that's kind of why I'm a little bit. It was too late for me to set up a separate profile for Facebook these days. So I just so it's me on there. An actual human person behind the profile, which is why.
Yeah, if it was my name on there, I mean, I hate social media, but if it was my name on there, I wouldn't accept anybody either.
But you've done the smart thing. Literally. So I often send you when
I lucked out
friend requests. I often send you a thing and say they're a friend of yours, and it's like, who are they? And you'll be like, I don't know. And then I realize, of course, you'll accept everyone. Everyone can be anyone's friend. It's like that Oprah thing. It's like, you get a friendship, everyone gets
It's not exclusive.
It's not exclusive.
I died. When that happened, I died inside because you were like, man, who is this person? Right. I was like, I don't know, Ian. Why are you asking me? You're friends with them, man. I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh shit, this is come full circle.
So I don't actually fire them over to you now. For I used to fire them over to you for what's the word? For review, triage. I used to triage them for you. To be honest with you, there's a couple of other people I started using, and they were the same. They were like, I don't know, I just accepted it. It's bizarre.
I feel bad. Well, because there's nothing at stake. Like the Nor and Rad thing is so, it's made up. So it's just
not you. Yeah.
It's not me, Like I'm a little more picky on my Instagram because I do like people ask me to look for cards for them or people are asking me questions who I know and stuff like that. So I'm a little more picky over there. But the Facebook stuff. The only reason I have a Facebook, I'm not the card whisperer. The only reason I have a Facebook is because of you. That's the only no, it's true. You know that. You know 100%. You invited me to do this and you made those awesome groups. And I was like, well, this mother just got me into this. So now I'm stuck here. And then we got
together and then we made a baby of this podcast.
Our baby.
Our baby's a husband.
Our baby. We just got to keep it away from dingoes.
Yeah. Dingo took my podcast.
I know I shouldn't say that because apparently it's a true story.
It is a true story. We talked about it.
It is. It's so sad.
We did. It was on the after credits of an episode.
That's right.
Yeah, I snuck it on. Yeah, I snuck it on. So I thought it was such a hilarious conversation about something really dark.
Really dark.
Really dark. Oh, well. Go on, say it.
You're messed up. You're dark. You're screwed up. All right, everybody. Enjoy collecting.
Thanks for listening to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast. Visuals and tasting notes for each episode can be found on our Facebook page. You can subscribe and leave us a voicemail via our home on anchor.fm/MCCP. We're also on iTunes, Spotify, and all major podcast platforms. Please take a second to subscribe, like, and review our show wherever you get your podcasts. Our podcast can be found by Googling @the MCC Pod, which will also find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Our Facebook community is at MCCW, Marvel Card Collectors Worldwide, and MMC, Marvel Masterpieces Collectors. The great music we use is called Rocket Power by Kevin MacLeod. Thanks to the collectors, artists, and creators who support the Marvel Cards Fan Collective. We'll see you next time, and remember, it's a small hobby but a fun one. Make mine Marvel and enjoy collecting.